It lurks in the shadows, a creature of nightmare, an enigma that defies understanding. This being, shrouded in darkness, moves silently, unseen by most, yet felt by all who sense its presence. Red eyes pierce the darkness, burning with malevolent intent. These eyes that glow like embers seem to see into the very soul. This creature is known as Mothman, and it is one of the most terrifying cryptids we know of. Let's dive in and find out everything we can about this strange entity. Mothman has wings huge and bat-like, which unfold spanning 10 feet. These wings, dark and leathery, create an ominous silhouette against the moonlit sky, a sight that is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. A chilling shriek echoes, a sound that chills you to the bone. The scream, otherworldly and haunting, reverberates through the night, leaving an indelible mark on those who hear it. Tales of this terrifying entity known as Mothman have haunted the Ohio River Valley for decades. The stories, passed down through generations, speak of encounters that defy explanation, of a creature that appears before disaster strikes. Shaken witnesses describe a creature far from human. Their accounts, filled with fear and confusion, paint a picture of a being that is both fascinating and horrifying. Its eyes are hypnotic, paralyzing with fear. Those who meet its gaze are left immobilized, unable to look away from the terrifying sight before them. Its body, often described as man-like, is covered in feathers or fur. This strange combination of human and animal features adds to the mystery and fear surrounding the creature. Some say it's a mutated bird, others a demonic entity. Theories abound, each more terrifying than the last, but none can fully explain the true nature of Mothman. But one thing is certain. Mothman's appearance is a harbinger of tragedy. Its presence is often a prelude to disaster, a warning of impending doom. Its presence seems inextricably linked to terrible events, a dark omen that foretells calamity. Wherever it appears, misfortune is sure to follow. The Mothman, with its eerie presence and terrifying appearance, remains one of the most enigmatic and feared creatures in folklore. The first sightings began in 1966 in and around Point Pleasant, West Virginia. This small rural town, nestled in the Appalachian Mountains, was about to become the epicenter of a series of strange and terrifying events. The first documented sighting of Mothman was made by two gravediggers in Clendenin, West Virginia. They were in the middle of digging a fresh grave for some unfortunate soul, when a black shadow fell over them, probably thinking it was the soul of one of the departed that surrounded them everywhere. Their blood ran cold and a scream started to form in their throats, but when they looked up, they saw a black-winged humanoid figure fly over them and away into the dark, cold night. The next encounter occurred when two young couples, driving late at night, spotted a large grey figure with glowing red eyes. They were on a quiet, deserted road when they saw it. It was standing by the roadside, its eyes piercing through the darkness. They described it as a man-bird taking flight from an abandoned World War II munitions plant. The plant, long since deserted, had become a place of eerie silence, now disturbed by this otherworldly creature. Word spread quickly through the small town. The news of the sighting was on everyone's lips, whispered in hushed tones in diners and on street corners. More witnesses came forward, each with their own chilling encounter. Some described seeing the creature up close, while others only caught fleeting glimpses. Some saw it perched on rooftops, its silhouette stark against the night sky, watching silently over the town. Others reported seeing it gliding silently through the night sky, its wings barely making a sound as it moved. A group of men hunting in the woods claimed Mothman chased their truck, its eyes burning into them. They described the terror they felt as they sped away, the creature keeping pace effortlessly. A construction worker spotted it on a catwalk beneath a bridge, its wings partially unfurled. He watched in horror as it seemed to prepare for flight, its eyes glowing in the shadows. Fear began to grip Point Pleasant. The once peaceful town was now overshadowed by a sense of dread, with people looking over their shoulders and locking their doors at night. What was this creature, and what did its presence mean? The townspeople were left with more questions than answers as the legend of the Mothman began to take shape. Then, on December 15th, 1967, tragedy struck. The Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio collapsed during rush hour. 46 people lost their lives in the icy waters of the Ohio River. The collapse sent shockwaves through the community. But for many, it was no surprise. They had seen it coming. They believed Mothman was a harbinger, a warning of the disaster to come. Eyewitness accounts claimed to have seen Mothman in the days and weeks leading up to the collapse. Some even reported seeing it on the bridge itself, its red eyes burning ominously. The tragedy cemented Mothman's place in local lore, forever linking the creature to the disaster. Many believe that Mothman's appearance signaled more than just the bridge collapse. Some point to other strange occurrences in Point Pleasant around that time: UFO sightings, unexplained lights in the sky, and encounters with strange men in black. Was Mothman connected to these events? Was it a government experiment gone wrong? Or something far more sinister? The truth remains elusive, but one thing is certain. The people of Point Pleasant lived in fear, haunted by the creature and the tragedy it seemed to foreshadow. The legend of Mothman had taken root, and it would not be easily forgotten. Despite the fear, sightings of Mothman continued. Some say it never left Point Pleasant, that it still lurks in the shadows, watching, waiting. Others claim to have seen it in other parts of the world, always appearing before or after a major disaster. There have been reports of Mothman sightings in connection with the Chernobyl disaster, Hurricane Katrina, and even the Fukushima nuclear meltdown. Is this just coincidence, or is there a deeper connection? The legend of Mothman has spread far beyond the borders of West Virginia. It has become a global phenomenon, inspiring books, movies, and countless theories. Many of these theories attempt to explain the Mothman phenomenon. Some believe it is a misidentified sandhill crane, a large bird known to inhabit the Ohio River Valley. Others suggest it could be a type of owl or bat, its appearance distorted by fear and darkness. But these explanations fail to account for the sheer size and strangeness of the creature, or its apparent connection to tragedy. Could Mothman be something more? Something supernatural? Some believe it is a demonic entity, a harbinger of death and destruction. Others speculate it could be an extraterrestrial visitor, its presence on Earth a sign of impending doom. The possibilities are as chilling as they are intriguing. Some people think that the Mothman might be an interdimensional being, traveling between dimensions, leaving disaster in its wake. So be warned, fair listener, if you ever find yourself in the Ohio River Valley, keep your eyes to the sky. The Mothman might just be out for a midnight snack, and you don't want to be on the menu. They say he appears when you least expect it, like a surprise pop quiz, but with more wings and less math. Stay curious, stay cautious, and stay tuned for more strange mysteries. And remember, you should be scared,